it's Christiana Gaudet. I'm here with a review of Oracle of Visions by Ciro Marchetti, published by U.S. Games. Now, some of us are lucky enough to have the collectible limited edition self-published Oracle of Visions, but I am happy to tell you that this new, widely available version published by U.S. Games is beautiful and really captures the beauty, the detail, and the essence of Oracle of Visions. It comes in this beautiful lift-off box, like that. The book, just the size of the box, 140 pages. Now, there are some things I really love about Oracle of Visions and some things that I think make Oracle of Visions separate and different than any other Oracle out there. Now, we all know Ciro Marchetti as a great tarot artist. He brought us Gilded Tarot. He brought us Tarot of Dreams, Legacy of the Divine Tarot. Of course, he's just done a beautiful Lenormand deck as well. But let's talk about Ciro as a tarot artist. If we look at his tarot decks, we can see that with each deck, he grew not only in the technology that he used, but also in his understanding of tarot. Then, when we see Oracle of Visions, what we see is he has totally burst out of the tarot mold. Oracle of Visions has no real structure, has no tradition. Oracle of Visions is something for us to work with in any way that our imagination wants us to. It is really free of dogma. It is free of expectation. It is free of any kind of judgment or tradition. Now, what Ciro did take from tarot wisdom and put into these cards is the idea that images can be spiritual, images can be evocative. Ciro researched symbols from many different cultures, and in these cards, in each card, there are symbols from many different places in the world, from many different cultures, and they're sort of beautifully incorporated into each card. And so we have the richness of color, of symbols, of imagery, with none of the structure or the convention of tarot. That's what Oracle of Visions is to me. Now, I love the book. Let's take a look at the book. What we see in the book, and I will say, while the content of the book is the same, the book in the collector's edition is a little bit more ornate, it's larger, it's prettier in a way, but again, the value, the content, exactly the same in this new edition. So what we see for each card is we have some keywords or key phrases. We have some thoughts about the image or things to think about, and we have a quotation. Now, the quotations really run the gamut. Everything from modern music to Shakespeare to science, Charles Darwin, Cat Stevens, you name it, it's all in here. So let's take a look at these cards. Let's just draw a card at random and see what happens. Okay, I've got card 6. Here's what it looks like. Let's see in the book what we see for card 6. It's called Tranquility at Peace. The quote is from John Burroughs. I go to nature to be soothed and healed and to have my senses put in order. What is written here is this. We have experienced a difficult period, but the trial is over. Challenging times in their multitude of forms, worries over financial or health issues, troubled relationships, or concern for others close to us may have left us physically weakened or spiritually tested. Now, either by acceptance or conclusion, our troubles are past. Now we need the comforting embrace of rest. It's time to recuperate and regain our strength. And then Ciro goes on to describe the card. A woman draped in a purple cloth reclines peacefully. A glowing divine light or spirit drives away the shadows of her troubles. She floats gently above a Zen-like garden of cherry blossoms. So you can see that the book gives us some ideas of what we might see in this card, but we have the freedom to interpret it the way we want to. We have the freedom to let this image invoke in us what it will. Let's take a look at the cards a little more closely.
Here we have Ciro Marchetti's Oracle of Visions. 52 images, images of people, of colors, of places, of fantasies and dreams. Images that incorporate sacred symbols from many cultures. Images that spark our imagination, that touch our emotions, that invoke spirits around us, that speak to our dreams, our ideas, our thoughts, our passions. This card, number 24, is the first Oracle of Visions card that I ever connected with. Even before the deck was first published, I had the opportunity to see this image, and it spoke to me viscerally. Now, years later, I will always remember this as an image that is particularly sacred to me. But there are other images that call me more. When we look at number 24 in the book, we see that this card has very specific ideas around it. It's letting go and offering a way out. The quotation is from Karen Casey. Truly loving another means letting go of all expectations. It means full acceptance, even celebration of another's personhood. What does Ciro have to say about this card? Have the courage to set it free. If it flies away, it was never truly yours. If it returns of its own free will, then you will know for sure it was yours. And of course, what we see in the picture, the butterflies being freed from the cage, while the person has barred windows and is playing a chess game in checkmate. Each of these cards, I think number 25 looks an awful lot like David Bowie. Each of these cards tells a story. Within them, you may see your own stories. You may see your own visions. Unlike tarot, there's no specific meanings, specific structures, or specific ways to use the cards. You are limited only by the limitations of your own visions and your own imagination. You can use these cards for divination, for creative prompting, for healing, for dream interpretation, for self-discovery. When drawn at random, these cards show us multiple possibilities. Perhaps they give us a vision into our own dreams, our own fears, our own creativity, our own hopes. The fortune teller could look at this deck and develop their own system of predictions with the images of these cards. In meditation and in magic, these cards can evoke all kinds of possibilities for us. Whether you are a tarot reader looking to expand your practice, whether you are an artist looking to stimulate your creativity, whether you are one who loves beautiful images, or one who wants an oracle that is free of dogma, free of judgment, free of structure, and free of expectations. Oracle of Visions by Ciro Marchetti, published by U.S. Games, is a deck that can work for all of us.